Great. So welcome to your Akashic assessment is what I call them. When I first meet somebody, I like to do an assessment of where the energy is flowing in and out of them. And Holistic Campus and Carolyn Jaymes seem to be connected right now. So we're going to open up the records of a Holistic Campus. Is that the right name for it's Holistic Campus, or what is it, the name that you given this?
Holistic Campus.
Holistic Campus. I'm writing that down. Because believe it or not, you gave birth to Holistic Campus. This is you. This is your thing, and we can see what the energy is around Holistic Campus as well as you. And what as the parent or as the provider or the creator, we can see what the relationships and things that are going on. So it'll be more. That's going to be a lot of fun. And I'm also to say, I've never done these readings on Zoom before, and I've been wanting to convince people that I could do. In myself that I can do. I'm like wicked excited. So, I love this connection back and forth. So what I start every single reading, and this one is no exception, into a kind of a guided visualization or meditation to get us energetically both on the same page. We're going to blend our energies together as any reading would. So I want you to close your eyes and just relax. I just want you to breathe in. Start this beautiful breathing in through your nose and hold 2, 3, 4, and then just breathe out through your mouth 2, 3, 4. And as you do that, I want you to just let yourself be in the present moment. Don't try to do anything that maybe you're concerned about or you're considering or thinking, worrying. Just let it go with your breath. Just breathe in and hold and be in the present moment and relax and breathe out what you don't need. I'm going to continue to do this because when we breathe in this way, we're telling our bodies, we're telling our mind and our emotions that we are safe, that we are okay. So we're building a safe circle of energy. So in the next breath, in through your nose and hold, and just release it and call in your soul and let your soul drop into your heart and let your mind drop into your heart so that everything is heart-centered right now. And I want you now to just imagine that you're in nature somewhere. It's my favorite meditation. Just imagine that you're in nature somewhere, wherever you choose to be. But I would want you to be sitting comfortably somewhere in nature. And we're going to just sensitize ourselves to the different elements. I just want you to feel you've kicked off your feet and your feet are just on the ground, in the dirt or the sand or wherever you are. And you feel very, very connected to the earth. As a matter of fact, imagine yourself feeling a pull towards the earth, and you feel safe, and it feels like a very coming home to Mother Earth energy. And now I want you to feel the sunshine around you. I want you to imagine that there's a beautiful sun all the way around you. You're in a nice sunbeam, and you're breathing that sunbeam of light, which is golden white, right into your lungs. And just let yourself relax with that sunshine around you. And now imagine that you're feeling the wind or a breeze going through your hair, across your face, across your body. And you feel refreshed with this breeze, with this wind, this air. So we're calling in the elements of wind and air. And in the background, I want you to imagine that you hear water, whether you're on the beach and you hear the waves lapping on the shore, or you're by a river or a brook or a fountain. Just imagine water. This is emotion and the movement of energy that we want to have in this reading. Gorgeous. So going back to your bare feet in the earth and that pulling down, I want you to imagine that you're growing roots from the bottoms of your feet, going straight down into the earth. And you feel this Gaia, Archangel Ariel, this mother energy coming up your roots into your body. And this is the gentle, nurturing, loving, caring Mother Earth energy. She has so many faces, and this is the face that you're feeling right now. And to receive this balanced, loving energy, you need to relax your whole body. So we're just going to go through relaxing, and as you relax, allow that energy to flow through you. So relax your feet and your toes, relax your ankles and your shins and your calves. And just energy begins to flow up your legs, relaxing your thighs, your hips and hip joints. Just let the energy begin to flow, begins to unwind and uncurl at the base of your spine, and moves up your back into the trunk of your body, relaxing your lower back, relaxing your middle back, relaxing your upper back, your shoulders, dropping your shoulders and relaxing your arms, and let the energy flow all the way down to your fingertips. You may feel tingling in your hands, especially if you are a healing practitioner. Then allow the energy to move up the back of your neck, into the base of your skull, and into your scalp, and into your brain, cooling down your brain and balancing both sides, both hemispheres. And now I want you to relax your forehead and all the muscles around your face, into your temples, around your ears, and into your jaws, and then down into your tongue. And just breathe this gentle energy now into your mouth, into your throat, your windpipes, and your esophagus tube, and your vocal cords. Just let that move down into that whole area. And then down into your bronchial tubes and deep into your lungs as you breathe this healing, nurturing energy and receive it. Now this energy permeates your heart energy center, and it wakes up your own infinite, your own self-love and compassion. Just those two energies just blend together to create a beautiful movement within your heart. And then allowing the energy now to move down into your abdomen regions and all the systems that are in your abdomen region. Just relax and receive. The energy now moves into your pelvic floor area, and it begins to move out your hips, into your hip joints, into your thighs, your knees, your shins and calves, your ankles, and your feet to make a final connection or a circuit back into Mother Earth. So you're receiving loving energy, and then you're releasing extra energy that you don't need. And just allow this grounding, this circuit grounding to happen. You can return to this at any point during the reading if you feel lost, but you can also return to this energy anytime throughout your life. This is your grounding. This is your circuit. It's there for you whenever you call on it. And now we're going to move forward to your sunshine that you're sitting in the middle of. Remember, you're breathing that beautiful golden white sunshine into your lungs. And I want you to breathe it right into your heart center. It's Father, Son, Father Light. So it's the essence. We had the essence of Mother Creative. Now we're Father. And those two energies blend together in your heart. And again, activating your own self-love and inner compassion. And with each breath, imagine your heart center is growing wider and larger in a sphere-like way until you're sitting in the middle of your own heart's energy and it completely is surrounding you. As I completely surround myself and surround you as well with my energy. Beautiful. So I want you to just gaze into the center of your heart to see this beautiful landscape. And I also want you to imagine there's a beautiful crystal door right in the center of your heart. And I want you to open that door to the heart of the universe. Unconditional love of the divine, infinite intelligence, and the source of all. Just let that energy come into your heart and combine to create a fourth pillar, a fourth power of love within your heart, blending in with Father love, Mother love, and your own inner love and compassion. Just feel an expansion. This is your protection. This is also your guidance. And as you gaze into your heart center, invite in your loved ones, your masters, your teachers, your angels, and all of those on the spirit side that guide you. And here's the key. Give them permission to speak to me and communicate with me. And I say this prayer, I call upon Mother, Father, God, creator of all that is, the Akashic energy of compassion and love. This divine unconditional love fills us and surrounds us in a sphere of protection and guidance that sustains us throughout our lives. I acknowledge that this presence of love is the source of all creation. I come to you, Spirit, with an open heart, filled with love and gratitude for all I receive. I am fully present in this moment. Open the Akasha that we may both enter, and align me with the guides of the Akasha. Open my eyes, my ears, my heart to see, hear, and understand the counsel of the angels, masters, teachers, and loved ones that are within the Akasha, that I may communicate the wisdom clearly and understandably. Open now the Akashic records of Carolyn, Jaymes, in the Holistic Campus. Allow me to see the soul and divinity of Carolyn, Jaymes, in the Holistic Campus, that I may share clearly the messages and the healing the Akasha and its guides have for Carolyn, Jaymes, in the Holistic Campus. And the records are now open. And so you can come back a little bit, open your eyes. We're here. We're in the middle of the Akashic records now, and as I feel this connection, it's like I said those two names, and I just felt this beautiful peace and calm coming around. And I also feel like I want to talk a little bit about, and I don't know if this is not a negative thing, but I want to talk about the energetics that are within Holistic Campus and all the challenges technologically, as well as connecting all these different people and all these different modalities. And I feel like sometimes there's like this, oh my, holy cow, what's going on? So I just feel like I want to bring the angels in, and they're very much understand what the way I use angels is not so much religiously or connected to a specific religion. They're energies that come down from the divine. They're the ancient ones that come down from the divine. The ancient winged beings that the Quechua people in Peru call them. So I just want you to not get weirded out when I talk about angels. But I just feel the presence of some that I can't even name, but several of them that want to aid in the manifestation and lift any not negative energies, but any confusion or chaotic, muddy energies because of pulling all of this, the technology and the integration. They're very thrilled, in all honesty, about how you're managing to integrate energy, energy practitioners and spiritual stuff with technology. It's like, holy cow. it's an impressive being. And I feel like there's an Archangel, Angel Retziel is coming through too, this beautiful angel who was the bringer of the book of life to Adam and Eve. In the beginning of time of humanity, when humanity was shifting into really being those spiritual beings that we are, and the book of life was brought down from, and particularly this one particular angel, Ratziel. So when I feel like there's a lot of that energy around this holistic campus, where I feel like a book is being opened and explored, and so this is an energy. When I think of book, I think of energy, where new energy is being brought in, because this is you're very they're saying you're working so hard and your integrity is right in the right place, and I feel like you need a cup of tea and a hot bath really soon. Let me see, I'm going to actually pull a card. Archangel Metatron is also very much here, I feel, in all of this work. And as I pull the card, it's Gabriel with the number 4. If you work into numerology, which is about foundation creating, I'm just going to let you see this, Gabrielle. I love this imagery that she uses. This is Kimberly Maroney's deck, which is the resurrection. And I always feel like Gabrielle is the most popular angel, around where this is the messenger, the bringer of the light. And whenever I'm working with him, her, is because I feel like they're neutral. My work with Gabrielle is when especially if I'm working in soul book or soul work and I can't quite see it's money, I ask, can you bring your flashlight and help me out? Can you bring your light? And also Gabrielle is also the trumpeter, the announcer of things. So I feel she's coming in for 2 reasons, to really there's some old ideas that are being made new in what you're doing. I don't know where that is, but I want to talk about some of the old ideas being brought and bring something that you thought would never work is actually working. So wouldn't be surprised to see a new element showing up for you. But I also want to talk about Gabrielle in terms of marketing, and as she's got the trumpet, and is heralding in the in the mythology of the Christ child being born. That's usually the angel with the trumpet, if you can understand. Yeah. And these are all of these stories that I tell I feel very strongly archetypical, and that's why I feel like it's coming into you. So I just want you to understand that you're getting a lot of help from the other side. It feels very, very cool. And so as I pull another from another angel deck, it's connection. The number 15. So the 4, as I see it, is a very strong foundational piece. You are creating a very strong foundation, and to if you get lost on what is you're doing, and the thing also mushrooms out, and you're going, what? I got this, and I got that, and I got this. It's too much. Go back to the foundation. Go back to the mission statement of what you're doing. And is this in the scope of the mission statement, or did we just go down a rabbit's hole? So this is to keep you clear. And then this is connection. I love this. One of my favorite. This is elderly man. The angel's talking to him and giving him all the information he needs, and he's writing it down as fast as he can with a quill pen, which is not fast at all. But we have much faster technology.
Don't we know?
But I feel that this beautiful man is just like a prophet, listening and listening and listening, and that's you listening to the angels and to this wisdom, and getting it down as fast as you can. I feel like this is a wonderful validation. Number 15 turns into a 6 for me, which talks about the expansion. 3 and 6 is I just think it's 15. Yeah, that's a lot of threes. And 3 is an expansion number to me, and so there's a lot of expansion that's happening because of the work that you're doing and all the people that you're sitting on a powder keg of energy, which is a good thing, not a bad thing. Don't go. It's a good thing, and you have a lot of powerful visionaries under one roof, which is so you have a lot of prophets. So we want to look at the energetics of all the prophets and all of their messages. I feel that that's a piece that's going to at some point being brought in to have just consider this as the prophet center.
Prophets versus prophets.
Yeah, no, yeah, like it's like this vision that I'm getting is profit central, as opposed to where are we going, what are we doing. I feel like there's a lot of chaos in the world, and a lot of because of the needed changes, because of the energetic changes that are being asked for. And this is we could call the holistic campus profit central is like the go-to place. It's like, can you help me make sense out of this?
Oh,
can you help me get grounded in this?
That's the whole point. That's the whole point.
Yeah. So there needs to be. There has been. There are various beautiful, religion and churches centers and everything have really grounded people and helped them through. But as we see the shift and changes of so many religious beliefs, and people not shifting more towards spirituality and away from religious beliefs, there needs to be a center where people, and this is where I feel like this is a very clear, concise, the holistic campus, again, learning campus is very aptly named. They're very happy about that. So this is definitely a place to make a connection, and you were the first one to make a connection. First, you see how that works. So you're making a connection, which makes another connection, and it's all a beautiful network. Speaking of network, I want to talk to you a little bit about, you will be investing a little bit longer down the way, a little bit more money into some technology, some IT around your servers and around, and I think you've already done a lot of that work, but I feel like I want to do some more work around firewalls and stuff like that.
Okay.
For you. And I also want, so you'll be guided. People will come into your life who are very technically connected. And I feel like there may be a shift, and I'm not a tech person, so I'm just seeing a change of I see the connection going on into the internet, and then all of a sudden the hub of where it's coming from shifts to another machine or something like that. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what that means, but I just put that in your back pocket for later.
Okay.
There's going to be there is and there will be a tremendous amount of information going through where it is that you have yourself hosted, and you may need to grow that.
Got it.
If it makes any sense to you at all, because it barely makes sense to me.
I get you though, Nancy.
I'm trying here. I feel like where do I go from this one? Let me just check in with Spirit. Do you have any questions that I could focus on that you feel like you want to ask?
Just that we're on the right path, and that I'm really adamant about the vision and the mission staying at the core of why it started.
Yeah, I feel that's thank you for saying that, because that's what I was feeling too about that foundation piece. And I feel that you've written it down somewhere, but I feel like I want it to be more, I want you to go back to it and really fine tune it. Archangel Metatron is a great master of words, and really ask for, write it out for yourself. And I don't want it written, engraved in stone, because it may shift a little bit to the left or a little bit to the right, but something that your go-to, maybe you want to frame it, or maybe you just want to put it in a place where you retrieve it, or you go back to it and it reminds you, this is what I'm doing. So if you have somebody coming in to challenge you to go in a different direction, or some skeptics are saying, well, you don't do this and you don't do that, you're not defending yourself on that platform, because that's not your platform. That's not your place.
No, exactly.
And so, and I feel that that's just good business hygiene, as if it were. It's like, yes, we make soaps and we make shampoos, but we don't make rug cleaner, okay? We're not doing rug cleaner today. I want you to be clear on what it is that you're doing. Because there will be that, where I find sometimes with readers will say, somebody will come and get a reading, and then the person says to them, well, I want you to do this. That's not what I'm doing. That's not the message of what we're working here with that. So that kind of thing. And I also want to get some, I'm sure that you have plenty of legal, and then there's no problems here. I'm not seeing any problems, but I want to get either a copyright or some kind of legal, so you have that expression in your business saying, this is what my business does. This is how we serve people. This is how we help people. So if there's any question or a doubt of what you're doing, say, oh, here's my paperwork. Here's my note. Here's what I'm doing. And I know that you have all of these things in place, but I feel like this number 4 in Gabriel is just really bringing to me this foundation to really make sure that have a binder, have a PDF that you could easily email to people, that's public knowledge, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know why we're going in that direction, because I feel very strong. I feel like you have a lot of that stuff, but I feel like for some reason it's important not to take it for granted. Or anything like that.
The mission, is that what
we're talking about? The mission, yeah. And we're also talking, speaking to having that legally in your business is what it is that you say that.
Okay, almost like the trademark, only as a phrase.
I think so. I think there's a place sometimes when you have businesses. This is what I do for my business. And if somebody came to say, yeah, but you didn't take the stain out of my carpet, and you say, I never, ever did carpet cleaning. That's never anything.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
So that kind of thing. So I feel like I want to protect the vision. Oh, yeah, so protect the vision.
Protect the vision. Mm-hmm.
The mission and the vision and the, the idea for that. And then eventually you'll have little, I just see little networks or little umbrellas under that give it more detail, make it more granular, but it always has to go back to that one particular. I don't know why I keep saying I don't know why I'm saying this, but I feel very guided to have that business aspect to you because you are so public, because so many people are on you. And so I'm going to let go of that and move over to another piece. So are you on the right track? And absolutely yes, you're on the right track, and you've really invested your heart, your soul, and you've done a lot of investment on a lot of different layers, and will that return to you? And I feel like that this business, I feel like it will launch. I feel like there's a lot of credibility here in what you're doing. I am asking how long, as you haven't quite launched yet, correct? We're still working in the
January 8th.
Yay!
Yay!
Yay! So if I'm looking at how long is when she starts seeing the money, paying the bills. That's what I'm asking for. I'm sorry, I went to the press.
That's okay. That's fine to find that out too.
And so I'm going to go ahead and just pull some cards for that, because I feel like that's very important to you, because having a business that's viably financially is what keeps it running, so you can pay your bills. Yeah. And that is what we're all looking for you as we invest ourselves in here, so that you can be a foundation for us. So I want you to just pick left or right.
Left.
All right, perfect. So I'm just going to put the outer world, very exciting as I just lay down. We're very excited about this whole thing. A lot of successes. You're almost there. I feel like you are almost there. And I feel a lot of wisdom is coming forward. It's going to be dispersed. And I feel like a little bit of internal work for a bit that will bring a tremendous amount of recognition and reward. The reward needs to be financial, right? So I do want to get you in front of, I want to get you in front of some of the, there's a systems, I can't remember the name of it, but people who give awards for, they have these big conventions and stuff, and they give recognitions to different businesses for creative thinking and innovations, for holistic or for spiritual. Once you get, I can't remember some of the names of them, but I'm sorry, I'm in a reading, so it's not going to come just yet, but I want you to get yourself in front of some of the big businesses, people in this business, and for recognition. This is something
Oh,
that you haven't thought about quite yet.
no, not at all.
It's a little bit of homework for you to do after you launch, but just get it running. I feel like you will have investors coming in. I think that's where you're going to get some big chunks of money for this site. Will be as you really get clear, as you go in and you all of your the IT is working, you feel that you have all the right people are working, and they're having beautiful connections with clients, and so it's building up. So the launch will be seeing where all your problems are first that aren't working. And so that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing.
No, it's okay.
That's what a launch is all about. But I feel like we'll come to a good thing so that as you get the bugs out, as you get the bugs out, you will have a remarkable product that will attract investors with a lot of money that can support your team, support your group. That's just intuitively what I'm feeling. But I have this card, rewards and recognition, and it was in your in this spread. I have what's in your basement, or what you're denying, or what you haven't looked at. And I feel like this is something for you to look at: how to get yourself in front of people who can give you the awards.
I hadn't thought about that.
But it's not the awards, it's the recognition part of that you want to bring more clients in, but it's what I'm talking about is investors. People who will sponsor what you're doing, and then they'll write you a check for $10 or $20 or $30,000 so that you can put more time and money into the website, and then they'll have sponsorships is what I'm talking about.
Yes, yeah, that makes sense.
And so as we go into the mental energy around this whole thing, which very much is centered around your vision, your visionary thinking, and everyone's visionary thinking. It's a lot of you're bringing two modalities together. You're harmonizing two things that are very difficult to do, and you've been doing it. You're successful, and again. When you launch, as you get to that launch period, I feel like I'm getting a lot of 9s for you, which is a building up of energy that where you're solving all the little, little bugs, and the energy comes forward and totally dynamic. So that's what I'm feeling like. But so I guess they're just really giving you heads up that it's anything that's technology. You don't until it's running, until the car engine starts and it's running down the road. You really don't know that there's a little vibration in the back.
Yeah, yeah.
So but I would just say your vision is just be patient, and you've been very, very patient. I feel like you've had some starts and some restarts on a lot of this stuff, but I feel like it's coming together, and you've got the wind behind on your back. You really do. You have the universe is in your back pocket. It's a happening thing. Really don't get snagged up in the small details. Just solve them fast. And I don't know why I keep going back to that, because I feel like you want it to be perfect. Get it out the door as close to perfect as you can. But if it's not, if there's problems, it's okay. It's still gonna work. It's still fun. Relax. And don't let yourself go down that rabbit hole. Just, what do I need to do? If there's a problem, if some aspect fails, like the sign-up board doesn't work, all right, fail fast and then fix it.
And fix it. Just fix it.
Yeah, don't hover over it. Why did this happen? It's because it happens because it could happen. It's just what the message is. But in terms of the big soul message that you've been looking for, am I on the right track? Am I going in the right direction? And yes, you are going in the right direction. Stand your ground, continue to work. And I want to talk a little bit about, the dark side of the moon here. We're bringing in some beautiful healing energy, and people are going to be testing it out and feeling what they're doing. And there'll be some practitioners that are going to take to this like ducks to water, and some practitioners say, I don't really see how this is working. Mm-hmm. And it's so you'll have a turnover. And which is fine. You'll be fine with the turnover. You'll have a lot of people asking you to join. Oh, look at that new shiny thing. Can I join? But remember, go back to your foundational statement and be very clear on what it is that you're doing and what it is that you're saying
Mm.
with this. So I would say be really aware. This is the shadow part of growth and learning and developing a business, is to be clear on how you're going to do it systematically, to stay within your vision, to stay within your integrity as you grow. Even if somebody offers you a big shiny thing, or somebody promises you something and you're not feeling quite right about it. Right now, you've been like talking about, you've really had a nice connection with each of the practitioners. You've had time to interview them. You've had time to talk to them. You've vetted them out very nicely. And I feel that you might get an onslaught of things that you have to consider, and your heart's going to break over, like, oh, but this could be so perfect. And just trust that the foundation that you've built now is the foundation that you're going to work with and grow from. You don't need to turn things up on end. So you're really going to take a look at, as you grow, your own shadow side of the business, Holistic Campus, your own vision, so you get to see the underbelly of the vision that you've created a little bit. And that's what's going to come up to make this very rich and to make this very meaningful for so many people. You're going to be putting on your challenge in this, your soul level challenge, is really walking into being the emperor, the authority, the one that says, yes, we're going to fund this. No, we're not going to fund that. So I feel like walking into that kind of power for you. You're a very loving, nurturing person. It's part of your foundational work that is important for you to do. So you may feel uncomfortable in those shoes for a little while.
Yeah.
And so don't defer your decisions to somebody else because you can't make the decision. You may say to somebody who is your mentor, I have this issue and I feel this way and this way and this way about it, and have your mentor not make that decision for you, but help walk you into that power, that strength. That makes, hopefully that's, because I feel like that makes sense. Because that's what you're, as a person, dealing with, to keep the integrity clear and concise as you have. Once you open the doors, it's like you get the flood of people, opinions. They come in with their opinions. They come in with their, well, you could have done it better if you did this way, or you really should have this other person here with that person, and why aren't you doing this? And you just earmuffs. And
I've learned to be able to say, well, then feel free to do it on your own, but this is how we're doing it here.
Yeah, you're learning and you're growing, and so there's the growth can go too far too fast, so that you're not in the you know what I mean, when you're stretched like a rubber band too far. There's the growth takes a lot longer than when you're working in a I see a cycle, and I see a spiral that starts small and continues to grow a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger, until you're ready to make the next step of growth. So this is the beginning of a lot of growth. So stand your ground and let yourself be who you are in the moment. And anyone that's coming to tell you any advice that has nothing to do with what you're doing, just bless them and let them go, because maybe they have a skill later on that will help you. I do feel there is a potential of a tremendous amount of growth over the next 5 years that you have never thought about before, or directions that you haven't thought about, and you need to grow into that. You need to grow into that. That's what I'm feeling, like a cyclical thing. Take a look at your expectations and make sure that your expectations are really, really supporting what it is that you meant to do. When I see the color green, and I see success, financial success, one of the aspects of that is flexibility and the ability to respond to a given situation for the highest and best. So you don't have many of those as Holistic Campus unfurls and comes forward. But the flexibility isn't shifting into pleasing somebody else. As I learned to give readings for other people, I just finally, I was trying to make them happy, and I'll have more clients and this will work, until finally I had to realize, what am I doing? What is my mission? What do I want to say? What is my job? And so the person that would come in to me and say, you're a horrible reader because you didn't tell me, the lottery numbers. It's like, it's like, not my job. That's not what I'm doing. I say, so people project onto you and think this is what you should be doing for me. And that's when the energy starts to get drained. So I really want you to be protective of the energy and what you're putting out and what you're allowing people to pull out from you. through whatever, people are funny.
No, they are. Nancy, you just mentioned something about an onslaught. Is it an onslaught of problems or an onslaught of people?
Oh, I feel like it's an onslaught of people who
Oh, okay.
who want to they want to get involved, and they want to hit the easy button and just be part of something that looks very beautiful, or they have a lot of ideas about what you should be doing, and
Okay.
they're very smart and wonderful and lovely, and you have to, and they're brilliant, and you think, wow, that'd be cool, but I'm not sure it's in this project, and so I want you to use discernment.
So from the standpoint of the people that I've talked to, I've turned away, I don't know, 40% of them because of it did not feel right at all. It wasn't hitting. I didn't get the authenticity, and I didn't feel the focus out. So I, again, blessed them and sent them on their way, but continue to do that is what you're saying.
Yeah, it feels like it. It feels like it because the foundation is being built, and you want a clear, solid foundation. And I feel that there is another piece of you feel so confident about your providers. I want you to say that out loud. I feel so confident about my providers.
Very confident.
Yeah, and I see, and I also feel, of course, when anyone tries something out for a little bit and then they realize this is working, this is great, or you know what, this isn't working, this isn't in what it is that I'm trying to do in my world, or something like that. You'll see a lot of, you'll see some ideas come from the part. I even have some ideas I want to give you.
Good, write it down.
but on the other hand, let's see how this works. Let's see how this grows and flows. I feel, again, I want to go back to the profit center, here's the prophecy center, here's the profit center. There will be some talents that will emerge with some amazing messages that you package it, because I don't know why I see you, because I think it's because you did your book and everything, but I do see an aspect of publishing with you, and I'm not quite, that's really fuzzy and it's way out in the, distant, and I'm not sure what the future of publishing or getting information out to people in book or bulk form, but I feel like that's an aspect that may introduce itself at some point. What do you do with all of this intellectual assets? How do you market it? How do you grow this? That's going to come up by the end of 2018 because of some of the ideas that your practitioners are giving you to try out on the Holistic Campus platform.
Oh, wow.
Where you want to have a good, strong relationship with a copyright lawyer, and to really work with that information, and to help your clients or your practitioners, to help them stay safe within their world, and so they feel confident in, confident in sharing their material, and so that they have a financial reciprocity back and they feel safe.
Yes.
The safer that they feel, the more beautiful ideas will come forward. Those prophecies that I'm talking about, those genuine, vulnerable ideas and thoughts are those amazing channels that you have on your, and I hope I'm the channel too, but on your website, and kind of things like that. So they're going to bring leadership material forward. And so you want to have, if one of them goes viral or something, you want to have a protection for both of you in place. So that this can be a good foundation, a safe place, and so that because you love launching people, but they remember home is good. Not, you know what I mean? You want to that kind of thing. So, that's a piece that I want you to look at as you watch people learn and grow. I feel like you're going to have a. I don't know if we talked about this, and I can't even remember if I dreamed about it or something, but there's a piece of training coming forward from your site where some of your practitioners may want to do classwork or training from what they offer from your holistic campus. And that could be a very natural outgrowth. It's still within your bubble of what your mission statement is, but it's something that maybe you haven't considered yet. So how do you do that? How do you support that? How do you want to approach that? That kind of thing. But that will be.
That's part of what the Vision Pathway Committee that we're putting together, that's for that specific.
Okay, be beautiful, because I feel that that's a place where I, as a graphic designer, an artist, and then became a medium and had a business. And I'm like, what am I doing in a business of my own? I'm not a business. See, I don't have those businesses. but I have so many things that I want to say, for instance. And then when I look at the beautiful people on your site, I feel I resonate with them, but I also feel like some of them are more business savvy than others. So maybe providing that business aspect and protection umbrella, so both of you are protected. As I said that before, and I just really kind of feel that coming forward.
Yeah, no, I think that's really important.
Yeah. But again, a hub of information that will become large for many people to go to for guidance and for gosh, when you lose the vision in your life because so many disenchanting things have happened, you'll have people coming to look for those answers, and you want to have a very clear, precise umbrella that you've already began to create. But many people who are visionaries, like all the people that you connected, the spirit and the angels and whoever works with them want to come forward to offer that to humanity. And so there's a safe place to deliver that message publicly on a national
thing. That's beautiful.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, I got chills. Oh.
Okay, good. So good, because that I feel is how Spirit wants to use and integrate the system to have people feel safe to bring beautiful spiritual intellectual property out forward who don't have a way of protecting themselves or legally or financially know what to do. But they also need, I see a lot of I see a lot of finances and monies running through your site too, to support all of these different practitioners, which I think you've put that into place quite nicely. But I feel that the safety that your integrity is creating, that safety so that those messages can be delivered clearly and precisely. They need to be heard. They really do. It's a growth. This is a beautiful hub that offers growth to many people who want to grow. Mm-hmm. And also your practitioners are growing as well. So yay!
That makes me so happy.
So do you have any other questions?
No, I was just wondering regarding the practitioners that are coming in, that it's being handled the right way. Do I have what I need to do to make sure that
I feel like
the right people in place?
Yeah, I do. I feel like you're still having some anxiety around that. It's showing up a little bit here when I like to pull these cards, and I really don't need to pull these cards, but I do see the anxiety that you have, and I feel like let it be fluid, because what comes in is the Empress card, which is the growth, the goddess. Let this grow. Just let it grow. You've planted the seeds. Did you know how we do a garden and some come up beautifully and another plant we're just bringing along? We go over, pray over it. Honey, come on. You're gonna have, a multiple flexibility, and knowing that some people bloom and blossom at different times. I feel like you've done it. You've done it. You have everything that you need to make that beginning that you make. So, and I feel there's some change and some flexibility that will continue to happen, coming in, going out. And for now, maybe set a site, and I think you already have done this, is what's the number that you want to support for now. And if you grow to a certain number of, say you do another tier of growth, how are you going to manage that growth, and how are you going to manage it technologically, but also from marketing? How are you going to do that?
Yeah.
If you feel a little training coming on to all of your practitioners and asking them to do specific marketing things for you and with you, to bring more people in, and I see that as one of the steps. You've done a beautiful job pulling us all together so you can get our information, although some of us just have missed the boat on a few things. but I feel that the next training for your practitioners is to have a vision on marketing. Yeah. And I'm sure that you do. So this is nothing new, but they need some training to go out for that. I feel like I just feel a remark. Don't worry, it's there. It's there. The expansion is there, and the cycle. You're going. The cycle that you went through to create this is now beginning to enter into a new cycle, and it's very positive. Very, very positive. So don't sweat it.
Okay. No, that's wonderful to hear. I'm in my little vacuum here. like on the keyboard constantly having all these wonderful conversations, but that's just great with all the guidance from the other side. And it's beautiful.
Yeah, they're very
I
excited.
couldn't ask for anything else.
Wonderful. Good. And so I'm glad. I hope this was a little helpful then.
Oh, thank you, Nancy, so much.
You're welcome. Yeah. So with that, if you don't have any more questions, and we can always come back to this again. You know, we don't have to record it on Zoom and everything like that. But
Okay, we probably will do that at another day.
I'm really happy with doing that. So I'm going to do a closing prayer. This is what I do with all of my readings. So as I say, with the deepest gratitude, I thank Mother, Father, God, creator of all that is, the masters, the teachers, and loved ones, and the Akashic energy of compassion for their generosity and love and guidance. And I bring myself back to me, and I give yourself back to you. So we're separating those two big bubbles, but please stay in that expanded state. Keep grounding with yourself. The session and the Akashic records are now closed, and the Akashic healing and energy continues on. So be it, and so it is. Amen. So there's.
Thank you, Nancy.
Thank you. Take care.
Take care.
Bye-bye.